Hello, welcome back. In this video, I will guide you how to get Web Object Locator. If in manual testing, we know exactly where to input text, which button need to click, how to verify an element changed, etc. But in automation testing, how machine can understand those action of human, how to know to interact with all elements, that time we need to use locator. Locators are the way to identify an HTML element on an application. As you can see on my screen, each text box, button, etc. will be defined by their own tag in HTML. Each time you select them, element will be highlighted on the application. Firstly, I will talk about Web Object Locator. To create a UI object, we need to right-click on Object Repository menu on Project Tree. Select Object Type. In this case, I select WebUObject, then input object name. This is user interface of an Web Object Locator. In Locator Strategy drop-down list, select type which we use to find that locator. We can see there many types like ID, class, CSS, akaAT, tag name, etc. Next, we only need to input value of that locator. Next, the same with Web UI Object. If you are finding element for Mobile UI Object, right-click on Object Repository and select Mobile UI Object. For mobile, tool support, mobile locator strategies like accessibility ID name, akaAT, etc. There are two types of platform in mobile are Android and iOS. To distinguish that the value you are inputting is Android or iOS, just click on their icons. Next is UObject for Windows. Tool supports some locator strategy like accessibility ID, class name, ID, name, tag name, akaAT. You will need to find locator for element and input their value here. Next, I will talk about page object model, which is a most common module for storing object that we should apply. With this model, for each page of application, we will break and store objects to corresponding object folder. From that, you can easily distinguish and manage object. It will be easy for you when maintaining script. For example, in this commercial website, I have three main pages are home page, login and shopping page. I will need to create three folders to store object locator of those pages. Folder homepage is for storing object locators of homepage. Folder login is for storing object locators of login page. Folder shopping is for storing object locators of shopping page. I will try getting object locators of login page by different locator strategies. For inputting username we use input tag and attributes like type, class, name, id, value. Firstly, I will use ID. Create new UI object for username input in folder login which have been created. Next, input username for attribute ID. Do the same with name. Input username into attribute name. For the attribute class, if in this attribute including many different class which is separated by space, you can take one. Similar to username, I will create object locator for element password by attribute id, name, class. Tool will base on order of locator from top to down to find element. The same as above, I will create test case folder following page object module. I will reuse test case that I have created to call object locator, which I have get for this login page. The steps will be: open website, go to login page, maximize browser, wait for element username present, input username, password, click enter, wait 2 seconds. Copy those steps and paste to the new one. Replace target by the new object that I created before. Run the test case and let's see the result. So, I have guided you how to create object locator in akaAT Studio. See you in the next video.